The Chiefs and the Sharks have both played in Super Rugby finals in the past, but without success. Tonight, here in Hamilton, they get the opportunity to join the Blues, the Crusaders, the Brumbies, the Bulls and the Reds as Super Rugby champions. Yes, it's grand final time. Waikato Stadium packed tonight for the last match of a tournament which kicked off way back in February. And the Sharks onto the arena at Waikato Stadium, and it's only appropriate that Bismarck du Plessis should play his 100th match for the Sharks in the competition finale. For many years he had to play second fiddle, of course, to John Smith, but du Plessis these days recognised as the very best in the world in his position. Quality pack of forwards this, plenty of Springboks captained by Keegan Daniel, and a big fillip for the Sharks of being able to welcome Patrick Lambie back from injury. The 21-year-old is all class, and by slotting in at fullback it allows Freddie Michalak to take his place at 5'8" in his last game for the province. Those are the 15 players who will start the final, and these are the 7 on the reserve bench. So the Sharks are out. They've gone to our left as we look at JP Peterson. And now we await the arrival of the Chiefs. Opportunity to say good evening to former All Black Justin Marshall.
Yes, good evening, Grant. Good evening, everybody out there. Well, you can see now the Chiefs in their circle in the changing rooms about to burst out onto this stadium to play a final for the first time. How excited will their crowd be, but how pumped up will the players be? What an occasion. 9 months ago, these guys started. November, both of these teams got together. It's August now, and everything to play for. Cannot wait.
So the players will just be itching to get onto the park. All the formalities are over. The game is just a couple of minutes away. And Craig Clark about to bring the Chiefs out. Well, there are no changes to the Chiefs pack from last week against the Crusaders. Liam Messam had really stood up in recent weeks, and his physical approach was a feature of his game last week. It'll be needed again tonight. There was concern about Captain Craig Clark earlier in the week, but the knee is good enough for him to start. And the back line is also unchanged from last week, and Tuera Kerr-Barlow gets another chance to show his quality. Kerr-Barlow and Aaron Cruden have formed an outstanding partnership this season. And further out, Sonny Bill Williams will be keen to make his last game, for the time being, with a championship ring. And the whistle sounds, and the 2012 final is underway at Waikato Stadium. And a tidy start by Craig Clark as Kerr-Barlow works it back for Cruden. And I think we'll see the ball go in the air a fair bit in these conditions. Easily fielded by Lambie, and he's met just on his own side of halfway. And the Sharks have it under control with Charles McLeod. And there goes the high kick from McLeod. Just pushed it a bit far, but Robinson didn't bother with the mark and sent it off instead to Tiko Rotuma. Now Kerr-Barlow, and here is big Ben Tamifuna, driven powerfully to the ground by Willem Alberts. And they fancy a turnover. They have one too, and the Sharks have turned it over as Jordan throws the pass, and off goes Daniel, taken down the tackle of Kane Thompson. McLeod, and a switch from Michalak, and gets it off to Louis Ludic on the right wing side. And McLeod, he had 2 shots at it, and he knocked it on. Well, it is a greasy ball, it has to be said.
Yeah, it certainly will be. And Ian Smith did describe to us the conditions down there. As you see, both coaches will be kind of pleased with that start. The Chiefs got into the game early. The Sharks with the counter-attack, they kicked the ball to Robbie Robinson. They're going to have to be very careful about kicking to him aimlessly. He is a positive player. He will want to run the ball back at them. They'll need a good chasing line and accurate kicking, otherwise he could hurt them.
First scrum of the game always tells us a bit about how things are going to pan out.
Cut. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Solid enough from the Chiefs. Kerr-Barlow reaches in. Now Cruden sends it off to Robinson. It's a weighted kick. And Nanai Williams onto it. Now the chase is on. And tipped into touch by Mbovo. Nicely weighted kick by Robbie Robinson.
Well, this is the scrum. They're on defence, the Chiefs, but again, they will take their opportunities if they find space. Mbovo was infield a bit. Play on quickly, the Chiefs.
They want to keep this game going. Here's Cruden, bit of space. Here is Horrell. Robinson dragged to the ground by Ludick, but they're only 12 metres away here as they get close to the sideline. As Kerr-Barlow sends it wide for Cruden once more. Here's Williams, first touch. Off it goes to Horrell, and Andrew Horrell sets it up right in centre field. Kerr-Barlow again. Cruden didn't get anything on that, and it was nicely done. And here goes the Beast, but he's thrown the pass away too, and now it's snapped up and turned by Messam. But it's a penalty against the Chiefs.
Early tackle. The experience of Schwalger. He knew that there was a chance and an opportunity there for the Chiefs to break out. The Beast got the ball and looked to get the arms free. And the Chiefs, the Sharks player that was in support, got taken early.
Well, really early evidence of the Chiefs putting an emphasis on a kicking game. Brilliant little nudge through, wasn't it? The poor kick there, though. I'll get back to that, Nisbo.
Yep, OK. So the ball is with Tim Nanai-Williams. Very dangerous from broken play, given the opportunity, as Kerr-Barlow gets it off to Williams. Oh, a solid defence on him. Might have been Yanni Duplessis hit him. And now the weighted kick again, but beautifully controlled by Bismarck Duplessis.
Oh, great hands as well.
And away it goes to J.P. Peterson off the Lambie pass. And J.P. Peterson's kick drifting, lovely. Beautiful kick.
The Sharks. Well, you wouldn't think it's raining out there, Smithy. The skill level there, the pick-up from Bismarck. The pass then was delivered at the toes of Lambie, and he picked it up as well. Yeah, this is the tackle on Sonny Bill.
What a beauty. Absolute statement that, wasn't it? He ain't going nowhere. The Sharks have their way tonight. But just further emphasises my point about the kicking game tonight. We've seen 3 or 4 useful ones from the Chiefs. We've seen an average one from Aaron Cruden, and now we've seen a beauty to put the Sharks in #1 position.
Oh, the line-out has gone against the Chiefs. So the Sharks putting the early pressure on here. Nearly 5 minutes gone first half as McLeod hands it up to Alberts. Now McLeod again to Bismarck Duplessis. Working in pods of a couple as not getting anything yet. Now they try the back division. Michalak dragged to the ground, but the ball's still there for McLeod. Across to Kankowski. And the big number 8. Struggling to get it to ground. Now he does so. And the ball has been spilled forward, but it's offside against the Chiefs. And this should be a gift 3 points to get the scoring underway in the final. Regulation kick for Michalak, and the Sharks lead by 3 points to 0.
Oh, interesting to see Michalak taking the kicking duties.
Retallick, 22 looming. Tamalolo, he's quick. Got a beautiful pass away to Messam, and the ball knocked down by Ngobo. Justin Marshall's favourite move. What do you think?
I think that he absolutely had to do that out of desperation. They created the overlap. Tamalolo did very well. First to beat Bismarck, then the offload, and it was on big time for the Chiefs out wide. And Volvo is obviously a winger. We all know that, and he was infield quite a lot. If he didn't get his hands on this ball, the Chiefs were in for a real good try-scoring opportunity. You can see here as the last defender, he wasn't trying to catch that. I'll stay on my train, Smithy. I'll stay on it. I think that should be a penalty.
Swalga goes short. Gets it back from Tamalolo. And Kerbalo swings it wide for Williams. Trying to free the arms. Handed off. And the kick and chase. Nicely done by Cruden. The ball knocked on by Lambie. Carried on by Horrell, so he's playing an advantage here. Won't play for too long, you wouldn't imagine. Here is Messon. Running straight at Yanni Duplessis. Bounces him out of the road. And lays it off for Kerbalo. Cruden again. Always probing. Now Williams. Got it away to Robinson. 12 metres away, the Chiefs. Kerbalo scoops it out. Off it goes to Horrell. Now Nanai Williams. And Tim Nanai Williams gets the opening try of the final.
Well, it's the story of the Chiefs season, you'd have to say. They got the ball kicked to them, not a lot on. It was Cruden that sparked it with a little chip over the top off the left foot. There he goes, off the unnatural side. The bounce isn't favourable because he can't get it down quick enough, Lambie, so it goes into Horrell's hands from here. Watch Williams, back on the cut. Cruden brings it across, the inside the bump. Of course, the offload from Sonny Bill. Rodney Robinson, who started it, is there to continue the play. And then when Nanai Williams gets it, he's up against Duplessis, who's chasing him. You can see Duplessis thinking, can I get him? Can I get him? No, you can't. Over he goes. Great finish, great try.
Two really good pieces of linking work, and that was the second part from Horrell, because he was the one that followed up the Cruden kick and got the second phase going. But it was the Beast that made the mistake when Cruden drew across and drew Williams inside. The Beast went across 2-on-1, and Sonny Bill had the gap, and that was it.
So Aaron Cruden, 234 points in the bank already this season, which is top in the competition. And that's a good start. A converted try. 7 points to 3 after 20 minutes. At least Messon as Kerbalo. This one's going nowhere at all. Pretty much gone straight up in the air, and Horrell did really well and brought it down. Kerbalo, that one's been tipped by a Sharks player and into the arms of Lambie. Oh, he's lost it. Scooped up by Nanai Williams, and they're playing advantage here. Tamalolo and Robinson gets a little more on this one, and another one dropped. And Thompson scoops it up now. Kerbalo. Hit through by Tikoroy Tuma. And he stepped back inside the 22. Did J.P. Peterson. So they'll take the line out just inside the 22. And suddenly the Sharks can't handle the ball.
No, they looked composed, didn't they, in the first 15 minutes. But now they look a bit rattled. They're not holding on to the kicks. And there's not a lot of excuse for not holding on to them. Obviously, it's a slippery ball, but they were holding on to them in the first 15 minutes, and now they're struggling. The Chiefs are on a roll. The Sharks will need to be careful here, or this game will get away from them.
Taken down by Craig Clark, and this is a good formation from the Chiefs. Sharks can't drag it down. It's an advantage already. You'll let it go as long as you can here, Steve Walsh. As Kerbalo. Now the wipers kick, the flat kick. Nanai Williams! And it just got away from him. Oh, that could have been a nasty moment for the Sharks. They've conceded a penalty anyway, so Cruden will have a shot. But, oh, gee, that could have been a 5-pointer.
Oh, certainly could. It was a great line-out drive from the Chiefs. Forced the Sharks into illegally entering into the ruck. From there, they had the advantage, and Cruden, boy, he's in such form. He's making good decisions, informed decisions. And he nearly pulled something out of the bag there. Obviously, a plan that they've got, and Volvo, again, was caught in tight, was scrambling out. In fact, it's Lambie he falls over. Boy, he's got to get himself composed. He's dropped a couple. He's found himself out of position there. He's going to have to tidy his game up very quickly.
Well, I've got to say, Nanai Williams had two options there to go inside or outside. He chose the inside option on Lambie. Bobst instead. It could have been number 2 for him.
Certainly could have been. Aaron Cruden's got the ball on a string, and they have turned it around here, the Chiefs. The try was really decisive, and then the way they went for that line-out drive just made them looking in more control than they were in the first 20 minutes.
Well, he's done it again. Penalty goal by Cruden. 10 points to 3 after 24 minutes.
Time for him to stand up. Brian Kinkowski's got an eye on the Springbok number 8 jersey.
And he's got another one. He is the key man in the lineouts. And hello. Now, Yanni Duplessis didn't like something. It's been reversed. So here's Aaron Cruden. A bit further this time, but he is on target. And out it goes to 13 points to 3. Right, time is up as the siren goes. Kerr-Barlow gets it wide to Nanai Williams. He slings it to Cruden over the top to Robinson in a bit of space. Fired it back in field, but it's gone into touch. And there goes Steve Walsh's whistle to indicate half-time in the 2012 final. And the Chiefs lead at the break by 13 to 3. Play about to restart. Looks like the rain has stopped as well, which is good news.
No changes, either 15.
Thank you, Smithy. Aaron Cruden gets the second half started here at Waikato Stadium and taken down by the Sharks. And all has been stolen immediately. A loose ball tipped away by Kerr-Barlow. Now it's been picked up by Latimer. And Tanara Latimer makes a good run. Wasn't held, so went again. Now he slips it to Kerr-Barlow. Tamalolo shows good hands. He's driven down on the tackle of Alberts. But an immediate turnover with the Sharks and the Chiefs through Messam, who's been strong tonight, as Kerr-Barlow finding Cruden. Here's Williams, but he lost it. And now the chance for a counter-attack from the Sharks, but it's gone backwards. And the whistle goes.
Oh, you're right with what you say. Williams lost the ball there, but they should never have had it in the first place. The urgency for the Sharks is just not there. It's well won. Where's the Sharks cleaners? There's nobody there, and they're not low enough. They're too high. The Chiefs players, Swalger just goes in and grabs it. Here's the cutback from Sonny Bill. He would have been over the advantage line, just couldn't hold the ball. It's been a little bit slippery, but they cannot afford to just give easy turnover ball to the Chiefs like that, the Sharks.
Kerr-Barlow. Now the skipper, Craig Clark. Kerr-Barlow gets there. Cruden. Short pass to Tommy Funa. And the big man is in a gap. 6 or 7 metres out. And he's waved it on. Steve Walsh. Now a knock-on. A knock-on by the Chiefs.
It was a superb ball by Aaron Cruden. He just sauntered his way across in front of that defensive line of the Sharks. Tommy Funa just held his depth. You can see him coming across. There's the break there from Robbie Robinson. Cruden, that's what he does so well. He holds the ball in 2 hands. Later we see him do it again, and Tommy Funa was the person this time he ran off. Across he goes, 2 hands, bang, into the hole. And great tackle from Patrick Lambie to save the day.
I'm sorry, I think that was forward, that pass, to be perfectly honest. It looked like Cruden had put him into a gap, but yet certainly he'd gone forward of the Cruden pass when he received it. Gee, the back three for the Chiefs have been good tonight, haven't they? Nanai Williams, Tukurai Tuma. Not a night for the little guys, and Robbie Robinson as well. Gee, they've been busy.
He wants to blow the whistle, but he hangs on. Steve Walsh. Kankowski under real pressure, but he did well to hold it up. Now Michelin, chance It's down, and it'll be a 5-metre scrum. Well, that could have gone anywhere.
No, Williams.
Engage.
Well, a real opportunity here. Here's Thompson. Kane Thompson. The Chiefs think he's made it. He's going to check upstairs, but it just opened up like the Red Sea.
Yeah. Listen, mate, I didn't see the grounding. I'm sorry. Can you just confirm it was a try?
I'll check try, no try.
Oh, that's all he's asking. It's definitely a try. I saw the grounding from where I was. I'm sure all you people at home would have seen it as well. It's very conclusive. He went over, he grounded the ball with ease. No problem whatsoever.
Well, the Sharks, Justin, complaining about some interference being run there, and maybe the gap was so obvious. There might have been something there. Steve Walsh having nothing of it. Bob Skinstead, your view on it?
Yeah, I think Keegan Daniel was asking about the obstruction there, but he's not going to be able to take it all the way back there for another 18 months or so. If you watch on the inside, Tanner Latimer's run an obstructive line there, but you know the referee's not going to be able to see that, especially when Thompson goes with such purpose.
Well, it's not a bad game to score your first try of the season. Kane Thompson. As Kerr-Barlow has a look to see the formation. They're lined out pretty deep here, but you'd imagine that Cruden will want to kick it. And just a little one. And it bounces into the arms of Bressler again. And the Chiefs trying things, and it's cost them probably 3 points.
The Sharks, they look like they're going to get some action off the bench. I think they need it. They need some energy. They need somebody to break the line. They're not getting over the advantage line at the moment. The Chiefs' defence is frustrating them.
Yeah, they're bringing on Stephen Sykes, John Dasel and Dion Herbst. They're definitely looking for a bit of an injection here from the bench players. They haven't had as much time to get tired, and I suppose the travelling with them without the physicality of the games probably wouldn't have affected them as much.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
So Messam detaches, and McLeod did well. He got round, disrupted it, and the advantage is gone already as Tikoroa Tuma snaps it up. Trying to drive him to the ground was Kutsia. Now Kerr-Barlow. Cruden again drops it into the open spaces where it's been snapped up by Lambie. Good defence on him by Latimer. Duplessis. Now McLeod. They've got numbers out to this left. As a big tackle is made. Here's Masanga. Lelia Masanga. Still going. Lelia Masanga gets try number 3.
And a celebration dance that we've seen so many times this year. Masanga, when he got the ball and he was in space, I can tell you every single person in the stadium got on their feet because he could just feel that something was going to happen. The passes were too far behind, the Sharks not in front. They run themselves into trouble here. Daniel tries to get a miracle pass away. From here, the crowd rose. Masanga responded. The step, the in, the out, the away. Catch you later. That could be the final for the Chiefs.
Well, 2 really good pieces of work here by Andrew Horrell. But have a look here. He hooks the ball back as he's retreating in defence. He hooks it back. So the pass might have been on track, really, but he's hooked it back, Horrell, and that was on the back of helping Tikoroa Tuma out of a dicey situation. He got up and made that partial intercept, but Masanga, the story, the message got through and he delivered.
Well, there was a time 3 or 4 seasons ago when he was the top try scorer in the competition, Lelia Masanga. He's had limited opportunities this season, but he's produced a big one off a great tackle, it's got to be said, by Sonny Bill Williams, which shook the ball free. Cruden's kick is good. thunderous tackle by Williams. Nasunga had some work to do, but he got on the outside of Lambie. And could that be the try that wins the title? Long way back now for the Sharks, but they've grabbed it immediately with Mbobo. They won't give up. They're the best second half team in the competition. Ironically, the Chiefs are the best first half team in the competition overall. The Sharks were the best second half team. They're able to turn around 3 halftime deficits, but this will be some sort of task.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, they're not the best second half team tonight. They are struggling at the moment. They're trying to bring it together. That's the forward pack there. And if they're going to do something, you'd have to think Bob Skinstad, they're going to have to do it quick, and they're going to have to come up with something a bit different than they've showed us already, because at the moment they've been frustrated into mistakes. They're going backwards and just look lost for ideas.
Yeah, that's right. Look at the look on Louis Ludwig's face as well. They have been a good second half team, but they're bereft of ideas at the moment in the face of the onslaught from the Chiefs defensively and on the attack. They're not necessarily wilting, but maybe the travel is making a difference here in terms of the decision-making and the kind of efforts the individual players can put on. John Plumtree, it looks like, is ringing the changes again. Rian Fillion and Meyer Bosman are going to join the fray.
So those changes being made now.
Wow, that's a big change, Bob. JP Peterson is the man coming off, so you'd think that if anyone is going to break a game open, it would be Peterson. That's obviously with the greatest respect to Bosman, but he is a Springbok and a very good one. So they obviously have seen something in the coach's box that we haven't, and let's hope that they can come up with something special. They deserve it.
So the Chiefs only 17 minutes away as Cruden kicks it straight to Lambie. I think that's a shoulder. Yeah, there were no arms on that tackle, and that's, I think, a fair call from Steve Walsh. Just for a moment forgot what code he was playing.
Yeah, could possibly forgive him for that. It's been a couple of years though, Nisbo, isn't it?
Yeah.
More than a couple. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. He sort of made an effort to get that forearm around. Kind of. What do you think? You're not saying much.
Bit hard to get the forearm around when the guy's disappeared.
Yeah.
I won't tell you what Bob thinks. He's just gone for a stroll.
I hope you gave him your umbrella. He doesn't need it now, does he?
No,
Obviously the conditions have improved for you, Smithy.
Yeah, it's good. It's for the end at this point. But that's 2 really bad ones, Tamaifuna and Sonny Bill. They might hear more about those.
So the line-out throw claimed by Daniel. And the Sharks inside the 22. They haven't been here very often in the second spell. And they're going to meet some stern resistance. The Chiefs fired up in defence. They are really keen to get at it. As Tamafuna makes a pretty big head-on hit. Meshalak. Now here's Ludic. Away from the right wing side. Now McLeod, flat pass, that was far too flat. I'm not sure how the player was supposed to get a hold of that, and Kerr Barlow has hoofed it off downfield. And in fact, it was outside the 22, so they have to go back. Conversation there between a Frenchman and an Australian. Notice how everybody's now mate with Steve Walsh.
Yes. Now or never, Sharks.
Yep, this is really their last opportunity, and they've got advantage here. Jack Boltus took it in as McLeod about to deliver. It's taking forever, and so they'll take the penalty now.
Yep. Captain, what were you
The
after?
time for kicking for goal is well gone as Boltus in the red headgear takes it up a few metres. Now Keegan Daniel, and there's a good example of the defence that the Chiefs have come up with tonight. McLeod. Just going backwards. Now McLeod off to Michelak. Into the centre field for Bosman. Now Mvovo. Retallick made the initial tackle low. Now Duplessis and off, flying over the top. As McLeod. Michelak had to try something and gave it away to Roituma. Well, that's all right. That's general play. Everyone stands around and has a look. But that's okay. As McLeod gets it wide. Now a knock on. How do we look?
Chance for the Chiefs.
Here they come. Now Masanga off the Cruden pass. Latimer takes a couple of metres up through the centre. Now Kurbalo. Cruden hopping in. Substitute halfback. As Robinson steps up. Gets the pass away for Retallick. Ball loose. And they've lost it this time, the Chiefs. And that'll be a knock on and a scrum. Looks like Tanara Latimer is down.
Oh, here's Cruden again, holding that ball in two hands. It was a very good tackle on the inside to cut down Masanga. Really saved the threatening situation there for the Sharks. From there was a few sort of errors and a bit of bumbling around from the Chiefs. They, from here, really didn't take advantage of that break. But, yeah, just have to say, it's their intensity that's impressive than anything else. They forced the Sharks then and Michelak into just kicking the ball away in the finish just through their ferocity.
Yeah, wholesale changes coming up here for the Chiefs. So Hickarelli at 16, who has had not much game time as Schwalger's dominated that hooking role. Ben Afiaki, what a man to bring on now with 13 minutes to go in your front row. And Brendan Leonard. Very proud, long-serving Chief. Will he be enjoying every second of this, the number 20?
Well, these guys will be keen to be on the park when the final whistle blows, I'm sure. But these days, of course, a 22-man game, isn't it?
Certainly is. Well, we've just seen Masanga come on and what a difference he made. It is a 22-man game. Tami Funa, for me, the last 2 weeks, he has been absolutely superb. A real find for the Chiefs again, like Kurbalo. So the Chiefs' back three are set way back. Those three defenders that you see there are the closest to. Masanga's hedging his bets.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
So McLeod gets it in. Oh, that's a loose pass. Michelak. And Leonard got there and did really well. Brendan Leonard. And Retallick, low pass. Scooped up well, though. Retallick goes again. Taken down by Daniel. Now here's Clark. The Chiefs with a 21-point advantage. As Taumalolo almost sailed right through the ruck. Crowd getting right behind them as Leonard. Away it goes to Cruden. Williams in a bit of space. Lovely tackle on him, though, by Maya Bosman. As Leonard popped over the top to Masanga by Cruden. And offside play. Well, there are no bonus points here, so I think they'll take surely they'll take the 3.
Well, they're a pretty determined bunch, though, aren't they? They're enthusiastic, they're positive.
Oh,
They've played like this all year. Yep, I'm not surprised.
Give the crowd a bit of value.
Why not?
So Hicker Elliott, who's had to play second fiddle to Mo Swalga, he gets it back. A little move, which finishes up with Messam only 5 metres away. Now, Taumalolo is the man to watch in these situations. He's a bit far out at the moment.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Latimer. But just keep an eye on Taumalolo, number 1. He scored 9 tries this season. If he gets another one, he becomes joint top try scorer.
Turnover.
He's not going to get it right now, though, but the referee has found a penalty.
Number 20.
They got the call from the sideline, and it was John Daisel. And it looks like a couple more Chiefs about to get on.
So they're going to take the points this time, the Chiefs. They had a bit of a crack. Credit to them for that. This is the little set move that they tried to get working at the front of the line out. Bismarck wasn't being beaten by that. And the Sharks defended that little foray quite well. And here's the penalty. Hands in there, not releasing the player. Could have been one of a couple of things.
Another 3 from Aaron Cruden. And the Chiefs out to 13 points to 6.
Well, changes on both sides here as well for the Chiefs, 18 for 5. So Michael Fitzgerald for Brodie Retallick. See what a season he's had, getting to the next level as well, courtesy of the Chiefs. And also in jersey 21, you'll see Jackson Willison out there. That's for Robbie Robinson.
8 minutes remaining. And it's pretty much done and dusted now, you'd have to think, as Liam Messam busting into the clear. Now he needs to find some support. He gets it from Cruden. He links up. Now Tikaroy Tuma. 7 or 8 metres away, looking for the quick ball, is Brendan Leonard. It's not going to be there, though. And in fact, it's going to be turned over. And the Sharks have it. Not much they can do with it. Bressler has taken it into the setup. McLeod or somebody is going to have to kick this. And in the finish, it's Phil Ewan who does the kicking. They'll take it quickly, the Chiefs, and they'll keep the pressure on. Now here is Sonny Bill Williams. Drops the pass off to Cruden. Goes down on a high one from John Daisel. Now Leonard. Sam Kane makes some ground. Leonard knocks it on.
Wow, how big are the engines on these Chiefs players? They just are not going to relent. This is the break from Messam, sidestepping his way through the defensive line. He's got pace as well, coming from the 7th circuit. A beautiful offload. Cruden's was superb as well. Tikaroy Tuma, you'd have to say the Sharks scrambled very well and somehow managed to keep him from recycling the ball there. But they are looking dangerous from all parts of the field at the moment, the Chiefs.
Well, it's a pretty difficult 8 minutes now, isn't it, for the Sharks? They know that it's the game set and match.
And that shows it too, doesn't it?
And they're not even staying in Hamilton tonight, Justin. They hop on the bus. This is just sort of compounds the problems they've had over the last 3 weeks. And they head to Auckland for an early flight out.
Yeah, well, we heard that a lot of these players are going to be fronting up for some Curry Cup rugby on Friday. So they've had a very, very big, and that's an understatement, couple of weeks, haven't they? Particularly if they're going to front up on Friday for Curry Cup as well.
Yes, they've got a game against, I guess it's Western Province, isn't it? In Cape Town, on Friday. And they're Natal, aren't they? aren't they? Yeah.
Yep. Well, it is a shame because for the last good half a dozen weeks, they have been the form side with the Chiefs of this competition. They've been absolutely outstanding, and they must have been so easy to support if you're down in Durban and around that surrounding area, because they just have stood up week after week. They've had such adversity with the travel in the last 2 weeks, but a superb season to get through to the final. They really haven't been at their best tonight, unfortunately. I'm sure they haven't been. They've got a lot more to offer than they've shown tonight, but it must have all just caught up with them and overwhelmed them, I think.
Well, they were the 6th qualifier, and they did remarkably well to get into that position. But then, of course, it was always going to be on the road, being the last of the qualifiers, and to come all the way to the final. Fantastic performance, but they've just come up short tonight against a Chiefs team that really has been quite dominant all year. The winner of the New Zealand Conference.
Touch.
And that's not an easy task in itself.
Pause. Engage.
So McLeod with just over 6 minutes remaining, and a knock on. Went straight down from Maya Bosman. Just concentration lapse. Pass was okay.
And that's just fatigue for me. There's been a lot of errors they've made tonight that they just haven't made recently when they've been playing, and that's just, I think it's all just, as I mentioned, caught up with them.
Well, the other thing too was when they did have dominance in this game was about the first 18, 19 minutes. They had nothing to show for it. That was the problem. When you come away and you come away this far, you have to take the home elements out of it. You have to cash in on those opportunities. They did it so brilliantly against the Reds. That's how they snuffed them out, and then the Reds just could not catch up. To the same extent against the Stormers, but they just haven't been really able to get their noses in front to any degree when they had that chance. Territory has been huge against them.
Cruden, the key man here. He's in behind the scrum, left or right option. He'll decide when he watches the defence.
So Messam holding in the back here. A lot of heads have come out of the scrum, and so referee Walsh obliged to blow the whistle. Just going through the motions now. 3 tries to 0. And it's been a pretty decisive performance, and a smile from Wayne Smith.
Are you happy here, boys?
Oh, gee, he's been in some successful teams in recent years, Wayne Smith.
The good thing about this setup with Cruden, where he is that when he actually receives the ball, if he gets it on the run, it's hard for the flankers to see which side he's coming. So he gets it at pace, and it pretty much negates them being able to do anything defensively towards tackling him. So then he creates the mismatch on the first 2 defenders we see left or right of the scrum.
Pause. Engage.
Now Messam snaps it up, fights off McLeod. And the Chiefs recycle it as they have done all night. Lovely little pass around the back. And Willison gets it off to Sonny Bill. Lays it back for Leonard. And Brendan Leonard is held up just a metre short.
Taumalolo.
Now have a look for Taumalolo. Where is he? There he is. There he is. Not this time.
Big numbers out to the right for the Chiefs if they can move it.
Hicker Elliott, now Clark. Now they get it wide. Williams! And Sonny Bill,
off he goes.
Under the post he goes.
Oh, have you ever seen that before, Nisbo? Turn it up. Wow.
American football, they do it.
That's Jerry Maguire stuff.
Green Bay Packers do it. Sonny Bill Williams can do it.
Well, the dream has come through for the 25,000, because I think if they picked a number to score in the last minute, have the last say, it'll be him.
That certainly will be. Great offload from Craig Clark, but watch the work of Willison. Through the line, pops the ball brilliantly. Williams went very close. The patience to hold the ball and recycle it. They always had numbers out here. The Sharks tried to cut it down. You're not going to stop him from there, and off he goes. He's in search of anybody that wants to give him a hug.
And there are plenty of willing recipients. So the try scored by Sonny Bill Williams. Aaron Cruden can bring up 250 points for the season as he converts the try. It's all go on the sideline as well, and it's 37 points to 6. 2 minutes remaining. And the Chiefs will win the title for the first time and join the Crusaders and the Blues of the New Zealand teams that have won it. Elliott goes through the centre. Nessam has one go at it. Now Leonard, and
he fell really awkwardly. I was watching him. He got twisted again when he went down in the tackle. I really hope that's not another serious injury for him. Here's Sonny Bill. We'll see it properly here. We'll get the security guy out of the way, hey? There we go. Up you go, Sonny Bill. There's a few women in the crowd, I guess, would want to be in that position.
Well, I'm not sure he'll play in front of 25,000 at the Roosters next year, but never mind. Good luck.
We'll bring a few in.
He will, won't he?
Certainly will, particularly when they play the Bulldogs.
So, here come the Sharks. Inside the last minute of the final. And the Chiefs continue to belt it off downfield. No, whistle's gone, although the players haven't heard it. So just a bit of a sideshow. We're going to have to go all the way back to the 22.
Oh, I guess just while we've got the chance. And we've got Bob Skinstad down there. Just be interesting to hear you surmise what you think of the final and the Sharks' performance this year.
Well, Marshy, it's been difficult because the Chiefs have been magnificent. I don't think the Sharks had the rub of the green. Maybe it was the travel, maybe it was the fact that they were up against a team that just wanted it more, but hats off to the Chiefs. They've been absolutely outstanding and great for them to win a home final.
And Justin, I just wonder, as they're about to celebrate, whether there is a case to have a break of a week before you play the final. Be fair to everyone.
Well, there is certainly a case when you've got circumstances like the way the Sharks have had to go about the last three weeks in particular. It hasn't been easy for them, and to get, I guess, a true contest in a final, if you could take the travel out of it, that certainly would help. But I guess that's what the round robin is for. They work hard through a long period of time to get themselves in a position where they don't have to travel.
Well, the security guard's getting a bit ahead of themselves. Guarding the grass.
Guarding the grass.
Well, what else are they guarding?
Well, true.
Sake.
The sacred turf.
Don't start me.
I won't. That's your train.
Pause. Engage.
So McLeod gets it in as the siren goes. And the Sharks try and do something at the end. They've lost the ball forward. And it's going into touch. And the Chiefs are the champions in 2012.